had awakened his inner wolf and held a boundless future. Day after day, she relived the day our engagements were arranged, until the obsession drove her mad. Driven by hatred, Vivian killed me, then took her own life. Vivian went mad. When I visited her, she drove a blade through my throat. In our last life, my sister, Vivian, and I were engaged on the same day. She chose the eldest prince, Alpha's favorite. I was left with the younger prince, who did not even have an inner wolf. On his wedding day, the eldest prince is suddenly ordered to war. Meanwhile, the younger prince, once deemed a failure, awakened his inner wolf. He passed the trials and became the new Alpha, ruled the entire pack. Vivian spent 2 years widowed in that abandoned palace, crying and demanding to go home. Father had always doled on her, yet he slapped her and said if she died beside the eldest prince's grave. When I opened my eyes again, we were both back on the day of our coming-of-age ceremony.
This time, Vivian rushed to say she wanted the prince with no inner wolf.
I smiled. She did not know that without me, that useless prince's inner wolf would never awaken. Did Vivian really dislike those peaceful, carefree days? She had lived in an undisturbed palace, far from all worries. The courtship tokens of the two princes lay before us. When Vivian snatched the younger prince's token, I knew she had been reborn too. In our past life, she took the eldest prince's gemstone pendant, tossed me the younger prince's copper ring.
Iris, I mean no offense. The eldest prince is fastidious by nature. You don't know court rules. And you are poor with words.
If you married into his palace, I doubt he'd like you.
The younger prince suits you better. Since he lacks an inner wolf, he must be easy to deal with.
In this life, she was just as arrogant.
Iris, the younger prince is truly useless. I have always cherished you, so I'll let you have the good match with the eldest prince.
I just smiled. She was right. Marrying the eldest prince was cute of a coditrition. Didn't vatromycins come when Vivian awaking a pandatas nation for long.
Vivian!
Vivian gripped the copper ring tightly, leaning close to Mother's ear to whisper a few words.
Father did not die from the plague.
Mother's expression shifted from shock to hesitation, then she gritted her teeth.
Vivian, have you thought this through? If anything goes wrong, won't you still be here, Mother?
Vivian rested her head on Mother's shoulder, speaking in a spoiled tone. Mother fell silent for a moment before finally nodding. The marriages for Vivian and me were settled just like that. It was the same in our past life. Mother placed the two tokens before Vivian and me, letting us choose, but I knew I had no choice. Vivian took the pendant and threw the ring to me. But soon after she entered the eldest prince's palace, he died on the battlefield. To curry favor with Alpha, Father forced Vivian to remain in the eldest prince's palace for the rest of her life. Vivian would not accept it, especially when she heard from Father that my mate, the younger prince, had awakened his inner wolf and held a boundless future. Day after day, she relived the day our engagements were arranged, until the obsession drove her mad. Driven by hatred, Vivian killed me, then took her own life. So when she realized she had wreaked a rush to trash the younger prince's engagement. She had no idea what kind of days beside the younger prince, in the cold and damp, with no one to talk to. Now, this was for the best. She sent herself into hell and handed the light to me. The carefree, comfortable life she had in our last life was mine now. 3 days later, Vivian and I were married off at the same time. Vivian married into the younger prince's long-abandoned old palace. I was escorted in a grand procession to the eldest prince's castle. Before we could complete the mating ceremony, urgent hoofbeats thundered through the gates. The maids barely reacted and led me into the eldest prince's chamber. Moments later, a tall, handsome man in armor stopped before me. This was the eldest prince, Damon, my mate. There was apology in Damon's eyes.
Forgive me, Iris. An urgent border dispatch came. I must leave at once.
I froze for a moment. In my past life, Damon died too early. I never knew he was this striking. I had prepared for this. After dismissing the maids, I took an amulet from my trunk.
Damon, I had a dream last night. In it, you were summoned to war on the day of our wedding. You fell into an ambush, gravely wounded. Then a blizzard sealed the roads.
The shock in Damon's eyes slowly turned grave. Border military matters were confidential. There was no way I could have known. I gritted my teeth and presented the amulet with both hands.
Your Highness, I thought it was only a nightmare. I never expected this time to match my room exactly. Please be careful. I will wait for your return in your palace.
Damon said nothing, staring at the amulet in my palm. I could have stood by and avoided taking risks. Being left alone in an empty castle would be a blessing for me. Even so, I could not bear to see such a brave and wise future alpha die like this, nor could I bear the deaths of thousands of innocent warriors. After a long silence, a large hand took the amulet from my palm.
Thank you, Iris.
After Damon marched into battle, I did not sit silent. My cousin Nora knew the army well. I sent her a letter. The next day, she came in person.
Nora, I need your help.
Nora looked at me and nodded. We spoke in secret for half the day.
Upon leaving, she held the jewelry box. Iris, are you certain? This is your entire fortune.
From the moment I spoke those words to Damon, everything became a gamble. Since that was the case, why not gamble at all? I believed I could reverse the fate of my past life. I would win.
This concerns every pack warrior. I won't fail you.
After seeing her out, I received Damon's letter. He told me my dream had come true. He escaped disaster. I smiled, then headed to Alpha's palace. Today was Alpha's birthday banquet. Vivian snored as I walked through the doors.
Iris married the eldest prince, but she has only grown more clueless. Showing up at a time like this? But I can't blame you. Damon left for war on the day of your mating ceremony. You probably didn't even get a proper look at his face, did you?
And Vivian immediately looked triumphant.
My mate Ethan is handsome, capable, and devoted to me. On our mating night, he promised me that he would never love another woman in this life.
I nodded. That, I believed. In my last life, Ethan had said the same to me. Until my death, he never broke his promise, only cast a glance at Vivian, not revealing the truth to her in advance. This time she had made her own choice, had she not?
Traces in the blood. Whoever tastes your blood will inherit your curse. Child, this time, take your fate into your own hands.
When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day of my first shift ceremony. Previous life, on the night of my 18th year shift ceremony, I was forcibly mated by a rogue wolf and marked. My father, the alpha of the Silver Moon Pack, was furious. He exiled me from the pack.
Take your rogue and get out!
If you cast me out, I'll die.
You've shamed the Silver Moon Pack. Take your rogue and get out!
Only my sister Vivian stood up for me.
Selena, if you ever have nowhere to turn, come find me.
That year, Vivian was chosen by Lucian, the most powerful alpha in the north, and I, the truest Silver Moon bloodline of all, was left to a homeless rogue wolf in disgrace. 3 years later, I escaped and dragged myself back to the pack, broken and scarred all over. By then, Vivian was already Lucian's mate. Lucian kicked me away.
What rogue she-wolf dares to get in my Luna's way?
Alpha, go inside. Leave this to me.
Lucian didn't ask much. He straightened Vivian's clothes and said gently,
It's cold out. Don't stay long.
Please save me. That rogue won't let me go. He beats me every day. My legs, he broke them. He sleeps with other she-wolves and brought back disease. He passed it to me. I'm sick all over. Didn't you say you would help me?
The only reason I said that was to see you like this. I always knew your life would be worse than death.
What? The drink at your first shift ceremony? I switched it for blood moon liquor. I arranged for the rogue wolf to mark you and ruin you. You carry the true Silver Moon bloodline. Once you turned 18, the fated bond would have gone to you, not me. I had to do something. Now go ahead and die.
She stabbed me. Darkness swallowed my vision. A figure appeared, a man in a black hood.
Your sister used my brew to kill you. That's on me. So I'm giving you one chance to go back.
Remember, blood moon liquor leaves traces in the blood. Whoever tastes your blood will inherit your curse. Child, this time, take your fate into your own hands.
When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day of my first shift ceremony. Vivian was smiling and raising a glass toward me. In my last life, that drink had destroyed me. In this life, I was going to take back everything that was mine, including Vivian's chosen mate. I used the crowd as cover and switched her glass in an instant. Then I guided her into handing the drug drink to Alpha Lucian Blackthorn. Right in front of her, I drank my own glass. and the truly poisoned one passed to Lucian's lips. She would never have imagined. The man she loved was about to willingly mate with me. 10 minutes later, Lucian, mid-conversation, went suddenly still. His throat moved in a slow, deliberate swallow. A flicker of irritation crossed his face. Beneath those golden eyes, something deep and faint bled red. He turned and walked out. I feigned dizziness myself and rose from my seat under Vivian's satisfied gaze. I saw Lucian pacing alone in the garden, trying to sort out his thoughts. His breathing was ragged now, his body burning hot, radiating the dangerous aura of an alpha on the verge of losing control. I stepped toward him willingly. Like a drowning man clutching at salvation, he dragged me into his arms, tore open my collar, desperate for skin against skin. The blood moon liquor was taking control of the strongest alpha, driving him to mate with a she-wolf. I led him into a room beside the garden, away from any other male wolves who might track us by scent. The moment the door shut, Lucian completely lost control. He pinned me beneath him, bit down on my neck, and growled hoarsely against my skin.
Good girl, I want you.
Entanglement. Lucian fell into a brief unconscious sleep under the backlash of the drug's effects. The flush still lingered across his body. His throat, collarbone, chest, everywhere were the intimate bite marks I had left behind. My body was covered in his marks as well. And 1 inch to the left side of my neck was the place where an alpha left the destined mark for his Luna. I lowered my head, admiring my handiwork. Soon enough, Lucian woke. His hand immediately closed around my throat.
You dared to set me up?
I struggled slightly, exposing the bruises his teeth had left across my shoulder. A silent reminder that I was the one who had been wronged. And he loosened his grip.
I was only taking a walk in the garden. You dragged me into this room by force.
That's impossible. I can hold my linker. I barely drank tonight.
But Alpha, your face was flushed, and you'd completely lost your reason. No matter how much I begged you, you wouldn't let me go.
That drink wasn't ordinary wine?
Could it be?
Vivian is kind. She would never do something like that.
I pretended to remember something after hearing his words.
I recall the last glass you drank was the one Vivian handed you.
Lucian thought highly of Vivian. I knew how much effort Vivian had invested to win him over. She trained relentlessly since childhood. She earned her place in the Royal Werewolf Academy. She did everything possible to please Lucian. And slowly, he began to see her differently. Just then. Noise erupted outside the room. I heard my mother's voice first.
Where did Selena go? She's the guest of honor tonight. She can't disappear like this. We need to find her.
Mom, I just saw Selena kissing a male wolf. They're probably sneaking around together in one of the rooms right now.
This was exactly how they had caught me with the rogue wolf. My father, the alpha of the Silver Moon Pack, had flown into a rage and exiled me from the pack. And in this life, Vivian was using the same trick again.
Selena, are you in there?
I'm begging you! I'm begging you! Save her! Save her! Save my Elena!
Kyle, in the next life, let's not find each other again.
Alpha Kale returned from crushing a rogue pack in the Western Territories, bringing another Omega home with him. The Night Fang estate gates opened. I knelt at the front as his Luna, my knees pressed against the stone.
You're the Luna? Elena?
I didn't raise my head. I saw the hem of her dress and the silver bell around her ankle. Kale reached toward me. I thought he was going to help me up. He pulled the moonstone necklace from around my neck and tossed it to her. That necklace was my mother's heirloom, whatever. His riding crop lifted my chin. I met his eyes. He stared at me.
Not crying?
His mouth curved.
Not causing a scene?
I shook my head. My father and brother were locked in prison. Whether they lived or died depended on him. His hand dropped to the top of my head. He patted it, like patting an obedient dog.
Good girl. This is what Kale Nightfoot's mate should look like.
Years ago at the Northern Territory camp, he stood in front of me exactly like this, covered in blood, eyes burning.
I, Kale Nightfang, will make you my mate.
He pressed a wolf fang into my palm.
This fang is my claim token.
I wore that fang for 4 years against my skin until I stopped feeling it. The first night Kyle returned to the estate, I was expected to wait for him in his room. That was the rule. He finally came, held my chin, and looked at me. I forced a smile. He shoved my face away.
That smile looks worse than crying.
He turned and walked.